Today I will discuss some questions from your chapter friction, and you listen the question first and then you try to answer these questions. I am giving you some alternative answer you can use, and I hope that you will use some alternative correct answer. Don't copy my answer what I am telling you. Your first job is to listen carefully the question, and at the same time I will tell you the answer also. But I expect from you that you should write an alternative correct answer. I am also suggesting an answer. If you have any problem, then you can also copy my answer, or after listening my answer you can also make a note of that. But it is better to write your own answer. So let's start. Your first question is, why does friction increase if the two surfaces are pressed? Let me tell you, if two surfaces are pressed, and then the locking between the two surfaces becomes very prominent, and if the locking is very prominent, the friction increases. So this is the explanation. So now my alternative correct answer is, if the question is asked in your paper, and you can write the answer, and my answer is, since the friction is due to the interlocking of irregularities in the two surfaces which slides with respect to each other, it increases when two surfaces are pressed harder. That means if you press hard, then interlocking will be more prominent, more effective, and if the locking is very effective, then friction increases. So this is your answer. Next question is, why it is easier to move a box which is already moving than one which is at rest? Your answer could be, when the box starts sliding. When the box starts sliding, the contact point in its surfaces do not get enough time to lock. So the sliding friction is slightly less than the static friction. When a body is static, is locking is very prominent, very effective. But when a body slides over one another, the lockings are not very prominent or very effective or very firm. Since the lockings are not very firm or very prominent, when the slides one over another, and if the locking is not proper, friction will be less, and if the friction is less, it is easier to move. So it's a good question, why it is easier to move a box which is already moving than one which is at rest. It is because a moving body gets less time to lock in between the surfaces, and if the surfaces are not properly locked, friction will be less, and if friction is less, then it is easier to move. And when a body is at rest, its surfaces are properly locked, and if the surfaces are properly locked, then friction has greater value, and if the friction has greater value, it is difficult to move over one another. So that's your answer. Now your next question is from our nature or our atmosphere. Why do meteors burn on entering the atmosphere? What is meteor? You have seen in a clear sky at night that some stars are falling, which we call falling star, and what we see in the sky, actually they are not stars, they are meteors. They are heavenly objects, we call it heavenly object. can be considered as made up of big rocks. They enter into our atmosphere and get burnt, and that burning phenomena which we observe in a night sky, we call it burning star or falling star. Now our question is, why do meteors, that meteor means that burning star, why do meteors burn on entering the atmosphere? Your answer is, the speed of the meteor is very high. The speed of the meteor is very high. Therefore, there is a large amount of friction between the air and the meteor. This generates a lot of heat and the meteor starts burning, and that burning meteor we call falling star. Okay. Now your next question is, give 3 factors on which the frictional force in fluid depends. Frictional force in fluid depends. So your answer could be, the frictional force in fluid depends on point number 1, the speed of object with respect to the fluid. If the speed is high, friction will be more. If the speed is less, friction will be less. So your first point is the speed of the object with respect to the fluid. Speed of the, or you can write only the speed of the object. First point is your speed of the object which is moving inside the fluid. Second, shape of the object. If the shape is a streamlined, friction will be less. If the shape is not pointed but a flat one, object in which direction the object is moving, if the shape is not pointed in the direction of its movement, then friction will be high. And if the in the direction of the movement, if the moving object has a pointed shape, then friction will be less. And we call it streamlined shape. We call it streamlined shape. So your first point is shape of the speed of the object. Your second point is shape of the object, and third point is nature of the fluid. Your fluid friction also depends upon the nature of the fluid. Same object moves inside the water and inside the mercury. Fluid friction will not be the same, because nature of the objects, nature of the fluid is different. If the nature of the fluid is different, your frictional force will be also different. So 3 points are the speed of the object, the shape of the object, and nature of the fluid.